I mean, there's literally, what is that? Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a video I honestly didn't think I was going to film. If you guys remember, in my anti-haul, I listed off a bunch of products that I was not going to be purchasing with my own money. And one of them was the Too Faced Gingerbread Extra Spicy eyeshadow palette. I'm not sure if Too Faced saw that video or whatever, but they decided to send this cute little PR box. I mean, it's definitely not little. This has the Too Faced holiday collection in it, and I'm gonna open it up for you guys to see. I feel like I'm at like a school show and tell, but this is what came inside, and these two palettes happen to be in here, so I thought I would do kind of like an unboxing slash review of this palette since I didn't purchase it with my own money. I want to see if the Too Faced eyeshadows are as bad as I remember. No shade to the brand or anything, but I definitely want to put these to the test. You know, they sent it, so let's see if the quality has improved over time. Quick little tidbit before we get into the video. I hope that you guys kind of like what you're seeing. There are things above this, but for different videos, you guys are going to see kind of different parts of the background. So the first thing we're going to unbox is this little gingerbread man, and it unzips. Inside, there's like this tissue paper, and there are two little things in here. The first is going to be the Too Faced Gingerbread Tan Spicy Bronzer, and the packaging is so cute. The thing about Too Faced is their packaging always is above and beyond. Their bronzer quality is pretty good. I know that the milk chocolate is a lot of everybody's favorite, and I did used to use that a lot when I worked at Sephora. This reminds me of the movie Shrek, like Not My Gumdrop Buttons. I'm just gonna take a swatch of this quick just to see. It's a little warmer than I would normally like, but we're gonna try it out and see if it's nice. I really hope my face doesn't get busted because I am going to like a family party after this, so let's just, that I don't have to like redo my makeup. The next thing is the Too Faced Gingerbread Man lipstick. I mean, the packaging though is honestly to die for. It's got like little gingerbread man on it, and I mean, there's literally, what is that? The color is definitely not something I would wear on an everyday basis. It kind of reminds me of a little bit of like an old lady lipstick color, and it's definitely not my thing, so I'm definitely not going to try that lipstick out. I'll probably just end up giving it to like my mom or somebody who likes those kind of like warm, like doo-doo brown color lipsticks. Next in the wonderful package is this thing right here. I was kind of confused when I opened it the day that I got it, and it is actually Gingerbread Sugar Kissable Body Shimmer. And I mean, I love body shimmer. I think the packaging is extremely cute yet again. I don't really use body shimmer that much. I guess maybe I've never found one that I really enjoy, especially because it is winter time. I mean, not much of my body is showing, so I don't know how much I'm actually going to use this now, but I think in the summertime it comes with like a little puff, so I think that that would be pretty to try in the summer on like tan legs. Ugh, I think that that would look so pretty, but it's a little too cold to be trying this. The next things that are in here are the Too Faced Melted Matte. These are the liquid lipsticks, I think. Again, we have some doo-doo brown colors. I mean, this is definitely more of a orangey shade. These colors are not things that I would wear. I mean, there are other people out there that would, you know, like these colors, but to me, like these warm orange lips are just not like a thing. I love warm eyeshadow and stuff like that, and slightly warmer like bronzers and stuff, but when it comes to lipsticks, no. And the two stars of the show are going to be the Gingerbread Extra Spicy and the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice eyeshadow palette. So the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice palette looks like this. I mean, Too Faced, like I said, packaging has always been very, very, very cute. It's just the quality that just was never there for me. But I think that this palette is pretty. I mean, it's got some warm tones. It's got some cool tones. I mean, we have kind of an array of colors in here, which I think is pretty. But if I were to see this like in the store, I don't know that I would gravitate towards it so much. I mean, there really isn't that many matte shades. There's this shade called Gingerbread. There's the shade called Gumdrop. There is Reindeer Paws. But I think like overall there are more shimmers than there are matte shades. So the next palette is the Gingerbread Extra Spicy eyeshadow palette. This one, I mean, it kind of looks the same to me. This one over here has some more like pink and stuff in it. This one over here has like a mustardy yellow, some more oranges. It's definitely a little bit more like centered around like warm tones. They're both really pretty. It's just I want to know how well the shadows are actually going to perform. So today we're going to be using the Too Faced Gingerbread Extra Spicy eyeshadow palette. So let me zoom you guys in and let's get into this demo / review. As you guys can see, I already have my foundation and my concealer done. So we are just going to move into the actual eyeshadow try on. And like I said, we're going to be going in with the Gingerbread Extra Spicy eyeshadow palette today. I mean, this palette is definitely my favorite out of the two. This one is definitely more on the warm side. These colors I definitely gravitate to slightly more than the other palette. So we are going to go ahead and take the shade Cinnamon, which is this shade right here. I would say that that's like a mustardy yellow shade, and I'm going to be using it on a Sigma E40. I'm picking up the product. I'm going to dust off the excess, and we're going to start right in my crease over. Ooh, I feel like Too Faced is definitely coming from my bank account. I don't ever remember these shadows being this pigmented. They're going to make me like choke on my words. So I'm going to blend this back and forth in the crease. This is going to be our warm transition shade. You guys know I am a warm junkie. So I am going to also kind of apply this on this outer lid over here. I'm kind of being slightly sloppy just because this is going to be a transition shade and it's definitely going to be covered up. So once I have nothing left on my brush, I am going to just start blending towards my actual brow bone just to diffuse the line that's right here. Okay, so the next shadow I'm going to go in with is Gingerbread Glam. That's just a deeper, warm, rich brown. And I'm going to be taking this on a Morphe M441. And we're going to be dipping into this product. And hello, pigment. I'm going to definitely tap off the excess before we look like a clown. I'm going to press this right on this outer corner. That just places down the shadow where you want it to go. And then what I'll do after is when there's nothing left on the brush, I'll just go back and forth. I'm going to keep this one definitely lower in the crease. I don't want there to be this brown all the way up here. So I am just going to kind of diffuse that line slowly. And the thing I like the most about this brush is it does have like a point and it tapers around outside of it. So I really can just diffuse the line without having the shadow blend up too high. I'm actually slightly impressed with how well these shadows are working. Yes, I have only used 2 out of the palette. You guys see for yourself that they are blending extremely easy and they definitely are pigmented. I just don't remember Too Faced shadows being at this quality. So I'm definitely eating my words a little bit. Okay, so I want to deepen up my crease a little bit more in this outer corner. So we're going to take the shade Cookie Call, and that is this dark brown over here. And I'm going to be using it with a Smith 235. This is just a smaller, dense brush, so I don't have to worry about, you know, creating a mess on my eye. And I'm going to pick this up just kind of on both sides. I'm going to tap off the excess. I'm going to keep the technique the same. I'm definitely going to press the shadow in this outer corner first, and then I'm going to blend it through the crease. So what I'm doing is keeping it extremely low, and I'm also holding my mirror just down so it's opening up my actual crease because I have slightly hooded eyes. And I am just kind of lightly going back and forth just to place the shadow lightly. Y'all are about to come for me in the comments because I've been like crapping on Too Faced eyeshadows for years, and here I am doing a review and the look is coming out bomb. So what I did was take a little bit of the Extra Spicy shade in the palette. That's just that orange. And I took a little bit on my brush, and what I'm doing is just lightly, with the lightest amount of pressure, popping that right at the top of the crease, because that's just adding a little bit of extra warmth in there. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the lid shade, and we're going to be using Candy Queen. This is a nice gold shade in the palette. I want to see how well the shimmery shadows perform. I'm going to be spraying my brush with some water, and I'm picking this up on, I think this is an Anastasia brush. I've had this for years, but I like it because it's like extremely small. I'm really digging into this eyeshadow. I don't know if you guys can really see that, but I really am digging into it because I'm trying just to get a little bit more to show up. Usually when I will like spray my brush and I'm using like a metallic eyeshadow, it usually is super metallic, but this one I feel like is performing how it should without any like water or like wetness to the brush. So I'm definitely not saying that that shade is horrible. I just like something a little bit more like in your face. So I'm gonna take this little glitter. This is the Urban Decay Heavy Metal in Midnight Cowboy. So I am just gonna add this on top of it just because I want to be a little bit more extra this evening. So I'm just gonna take it and we're gonna just go right over where we just applied that lid shade. Do you guys see kind of the difference? It's just a little bit of an extra pop to my eye, and it's definitely just like a festive holiday look. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my lashes off camera. Then I will come back and we will finish off the eyes, so then we can move on to testing the bronzer. Okay guys, so let's power through the rest of this video. My lashes are on, and these are the Lily lashes in the style Miami. And so we're gonna finish off the under part of our eye, and we're gonna take the shade Cookie Call, which is the brown shade that we used for the deepening of the crease. And I'm gonna take it on a short shader E20. We're gonna focus this right on the actual lash line. This is just gonna deepen it up so we can smoke this out. Next shade we're gonna take is the Extra Spicy, which is that orange shade, on a Sigma E25. This brush makes it easier to go right where I want it, and I don't want to go right up to the actual dark shade that we just applied, just because I want to keep it a little bit more dark and smoky. But if we do happen to run up against it, or you know, it just happens to disappear a little bit, we can just add a little bit more. And last but not least, I'm going to take the, it's actually, okay, so I've been saying the name wrong the whole time because the way that the shade names are confusing, but I've been using Butterscotch, which is that mustardy yellow. So that is the shade we're going to be using to go right at the actual edge of all of this. And voila. And by the power of movie magic, the other eye is done. We are going to be applying some mascara to our lower lash line. We are going to be using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. So the eye portion is completed. We are just going to move on to testing the bronzer. I'm slightly nervous because it is just a little bit more like warmer and a little bit more something I'm not used to, so I'm a little bit nervous. We're just going to test it and see. So I'm going to be taking on the Morphe M527 paddle brush, and we're just going to dip into the little gingerbread man. Ooh, actually, that's actually so pretty. I'm kind of just lightly going on my skin, but that bronzer is actually not bad at all. It's definitely not super crazy on like the pigment department. I'm also not really pressing that hard, and it's just warming us right up. You guys know I love the Too Faced Natural Face Palette bronzers. Those are my absolute favorite palette for like my face. So I'm going to go complete the rest of my makeup off camera, and I will be back to give you guys my final thoughts on the Too Faced palette. If you should buy it for this holiday season, or if you should gift it to someone, or if you should literally steer clear of the Too Faced aisle. Okay guys, so I am back, and this is the final look. I mean, I think it came out pretty good. I'm definitely swallowing my words on the Too Faced quality of their eyeshadow palettes, but in my defense, I have not used like Too Faced eyeshadows in like 5 years. So they could have definitely upped their quality, which clearly they must have, because the shadows that I used from this palette were good. The only shade that I did kind of have a little bit of problems with was Candy Queen, which was the gold. I mean, I really kind of dented it. I was just trying to pack on as much as I could to get like a super metallic look, and it wasn't what I was getting, so I did top it with some glitter. For the Gingerbread Extra Spicy, I definitely would recommend it. I mean, if you're someone who has a lot of eyeshadows and you don't really need any more eyeshadow palettes, then this probably is not for you. But if you are someone who maybe is a beginner and you have maybe 1 or 2 eyeshadow palettes and you want something with a little bit of a variety, this one has like oranges, it has, I mean, there's like a deep blue in here. I mean, this one definitely gives you some options. Like, it's like an A+ rating on the packaging. I think Too Faced packaging is always really, really, really nice, and the quality actually matches up. I'm gonna give it probably like an A-. A-. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. That button will be down there. I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more reviews, as you guys can tell lately. I feel like every other video has been a review because I've been purchasing and getting so much makeup sent. So there's just such an influx coming in. I'm just not sure what you guys want to see, but I thought, because I did make a comment in my anti-haul video about how I wasn't going to be purchasing this eyeshadow palette, that we could test it on camera and see how well it actually worked. Don't forget to check out my last video. That'll be linked right here. Stay on the channel, have a couple laughs, learn a couple of makeup techniques, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye, guys.